Okay, how you doing? So last week I did a thing with channel surfing where I separated from the rest of the show, and it was the worst thing ever because there was no opener, there was no nothing, anything like that.
It made no sense.
And it made no sense at all.
I was so confused.
And Matt had told me, why'd you do that? And I said, well, didn't you tell me to do that? No, idiot. I told you to do this with the show. Cut it up like this in little bite-sized chunks for people to watch. This part and that part, not separate the entire show. So, welcome to the second and last ever separated show of channel surfing.
I'm so confused.
Let's go. BC.
I'm so confused. What is this? What is happening?
Shut your mouth and talk about what you watched this week.
What's happening?
Why are you?
I didn't even what?
What? I watched
Hey, make it good. This is the final episode. It's done.
Oh God.
Are you actually going to edit this one or nah?
No, it's going to as it is because it's supposed to be horrible. It's supposed to be bad and sloppy and shitty, and that's why it's the last one ever.
Well, let me tell you about the time that
the second episode.
I split my pants.
Wow. Last week when he just talked about mustaches for like 10 minutes.
I mean, it's true.
Yeah, I always clicked to begin with. Why were you talking about mustaches?
I stand by it. I mean, you've got the goatee going. You don't have a mustache.
I do have the goatee going. I do.
See? Come on. You've got...
Let's not go into that
I'm
again.
Just saying.
We did that last week. We can't talk about the same thing again. Find something else to bitch about.
So, fine. There was one time that, I split my pants, and no one told me about it, and so I'm sitting there, and I'm doing some commentary for UGF, and I'm sitting there, and I'm feeling where, my groin area is, and I'm like, I feel my boxers. What the hell is that? And then, I look, and I'm like, oh, dear God, I split my pants. When the hell did I split my pants? I had worn those things to work. Everything, and I have no idea when it happened. And so then I took off my pants that night, and I looked, and it was right at my ass, right here, this weird little triangle thing, and I'm like, oh God, I went to a meeting too,
and no one
told me. So I'm hoping that helps with the contribution of making this show the worst show you've ever made.
The worst goddamn thing. Yeah, there's no opener. I'm not editing this. I don't
know why we're doing this.
I'm just going to put it up as is because it's supposed to be bad.
We had an opportunity of making this different.
We had an opportunity, and the opportunity will come next week.
Okay, you're not prepared. I get it.
No, yeah, exactly.
All right.
That's it.
Damn.
Wait, so is it going to be different next week? Are we going to do this next week?
We'll find out, shall we?
He's not here next week.
Oh, yeah, I'm in Vegas next week.
He's in Vegas next week. You're ruining this for him.
It's the Muscle Zach T's birthday. We're going to Vegas.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Just for the night. So we're going to fly out Friday night, fly back Saturday morning. So theoretically, I could actually show up here. I would be really drunk.
Yeah, I know you.
Oh my God, we need this. Show up. Show up.
I've got some bears in the fridge. Want to pound them down right now.
We can definitely make this show the worst show ever if you do that, or the best.
That does not sound like a good idea.
I will pick you up from the airport and bring you here if you can guarantee that you will be inebriated.
I won't because I'll be sleeping.
I claimed. I already got it.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. I know. I called you before we came over here, and it was 11, and I was like, hey, bro, I'm running late. What? Huh? Are you awake? No, I am now.
Mind you, we should be here at 10, but he calls me at 11.
What does that have to do with anything?
Good job.
You were still asleep.
You were still asleep.
Well, you should have woke me up.
I literally did.
Earlier.
I was actually sitting on my couch at 10 whenever he's like, I'm about to head out. I was like, I should probably get up.
Oh, yeah. As soon as you were like, I'm not even up yet, so you'll probably beat me there. I was like, I can go back to bed for another half hour. And I went back to sleep for another 30 minutes. And I still beat Matt here.
He still did, yeah. I had to stop and get a donut.
I was like, oh crap! Now I'm really gonna be late. Shoot. So what did I watch this week?
Definitely making this the worst show ever.
I think it's the best thing ever. I watched.
Oh my God! To make this show the worst show ever, we should not talk about TV shows.
So what are we going to talk about?
Just it's the other stuff that's not TV, because that would make this the worst show ever. Because it's a TV show, we're not talking about TV shows.
Well, I was going to talk about the 15-17 to Paris.
Oh, okay, we'll get to that later. So go for it. Go for it. Go ahead.
What I watched this week was for the first time I started watching 205 Live
Oh, yeah.
because Rockstar Spud is the GM.
I love Rockstar Spud.
And just by watching it, I was like, wow, they need to take this shit out of really big arenas because
they do.
there's nobody there and there is no energy in that building
No one
at
cares.
all. And Rockstar Spud was trying so hard.
Dude, he was on Raw, and he was trying hard to get people to get excited for it.
So, when was he on Raw?
So it's when it's probably one of the ones they cut from Hulu. But like he was on Raw and commentary, and he's talking, and they're doing a cruiserweight bout.
Oh, really?
And yeah, he's just doing so much commentary. He's like, "Yeah, 205 Live's the greatest show ever. You guys really need to watch. There's so much energy." And then he gets there on 205 Live, and everybody's already just like. They're all cool after what happened on SmackDown, and nobody cares anymore about.
And everyone's left.
Yeah,
So it's just it's terrible. They really just need. But what I do like is the fact that now Vince has stepped down and Triple H is going to be running 205.
I hope he sends it over to Orlando,
I hope he does too. It would make so much more
and
sense.
they'll love it there. Yeah. They'll be so into it.
I also let's see what else did I watch. And I was watching Nashville this week.
What?
I'm a huge fan of the show Nashville.
No, that's cool. We need variety.
I'm not gonna lie. Look. The show started when I was living in Nashville. So I was like, yeah, Nashville. And Hayden Panettiere was on there.
I knew she was going to come up.
And so I was like, well, I need to go find Hayden Panettiere because she's filming this here in Nashville and she needs to meet me and fall in love with me.
How'd that work out?
Well, I never actually found her.
That's called stalking.
You see where he's sitting, right? If he found her, he wouldn't be here.
I would not. I'd be on Nashville.
That's not even how that works.
Or in prison.
I
for
actually
stalking.
fun story. I actually one of the guys from high school. He was on Nashville.
Really?
Yeah, he was a drummer. Just probably a random drummer extra, but he was there.
Well, anyway, it was a good episode. I actually really enjoyed this episode this week. They brought this new girl on now to join because the three guys have made like a trio. Will and Hayden Panettiere's baby daddy and Gunner. They're sort of singing, but they're having a hard time. They don't have a high pitched voice. So they had to go find this chick. So they got this new girl, Rainey. I had to look her name up because I didn't actually know her. Rainey Lyleson playing Alana. And she's really good. And she's really hot. And Gunner slept with her. And he knows, like, every time he sleeps with a bandmate, bad things happen. And then he just did it again. I'm like, Gunner, stop sleeping with the people you're in the same band with.
You're never going to learn, Gunner.
Golly, Gunner. It was very disappointing on his part.
I'm disappointed right
And
now.
they're doing this whole Will Lexington is on steroids storyline now, too. And he's trying to hide it. I'm like, why are you trying to hide it? It's not like you're an athlete, so it doesn't really matter that you're on steroids. The only reason it matters if you're on steroids is if you're an athlete.
Yeah, no one cares if you're a singer and you're on steroids.
Exactly. Like, oh, that singer's on. Who cares?
Yeah, that's cool. Usher looks great. Like, no one cares.
Oh, man. He's fucking jacked, dude. Sing that song.
Speaking of, when I first saw Flo Rida,
Yeah.
I did not realize that he was a jacked
huge.
monster.
He's
I was
huge.
because I heard that song "Low," and I had a picture of what this guy probably. And then I saw Flo Rida, and I was like, "Flo is jacked. He looks nothing like he should look for singing that song."
He's huge. He's weird. It's weird how huge he is.
But the other thing I watched this week was Law and Order SVU.
Okay.
And because I'm a really big fan of the Dick Wolf universe.
Yes, we know this.
But I'm really getting tired of the Olivia Benson's kid storyline. They keep going, oh, my kid got kidnapped. I'm Olivia Benson and I'm sad. My kid got kidnapped. You got the kid back. Everything's fine. Let it go. Let it go. And this one was really weird because it was about a kid that was pretty much brain dead, like born brain dead.
Yeah.
And the father, like the mother wanted to take him off life support, and the father didn't. So the father kidnapped the kid.
Yeah.
That's a pretty easy kidnap right there. He's
Yeah.
not going to fight back.
Damn, dude.
Wow.
And then Rafael Barba, the ADA, was in the hospital with the mom and the kid, and the mom's like, I just want to take him off, but the courts won't let me right now. And Barba's like, You can just do it. I'm like,
wow,
dude, you're the ADA. You can't.
ADA
I think
ever.
the mom goes to do it, and she's like, I can't, but I want him to stop hurting. And Barbara's just like, get on out of here.
I won't tell if you don't.
And so she leaves, and Barbara does it. He takes the kid off life support.
Damn. Plug. Just
Yeah. And so I think this is the way because the ADA from Chicago Justice, the actor that was on Chicago the one season,
Yeah.
was a guest on this episode.
Oh, so he's gonna come
So
in.
it looks like Barbara's getting phased out because he killed a little kid now. And
messed up.
they're gonna hire this guy as the new ADA.
So maybe Barbara's gonna go over to like Chicago.
Well, they don't have Chicago Justice anymore. So I don't know what.
They're gonna have to like have like a certain part where they're like, we have the ADA of Chicago coming in. It's Barbara. They're like, didn't you kill a kid?
It was so. I was
Why
like,
are you here? You're a murderer. Arrest him.
Chicago PD. That's where he'll be on. There you go.
You killed somebody and crossed state lines. You're going to jail.
so weird.
That's really
I just wish they'd bring back Stabler.
never gonna happen.
I know.
So for me, I've been watching a lot of our buddy Soleb, Second Opinion Studios. We've been watching a lot of his Shadow of the Colossus walkthrough. It's been pretty great, so you guys need to check that out on YouTube. Hey, what's that thing that you do whenever you got big news coming?
Big things popping.
Yeah, let's do some big things. Big things popping. What's happening? All right, I think I did more Randy Orton. You did MVP.
Yeah.
All right. So anyway, so that's something to look forward to. Also, what I've been watching, I watched. Okay, the latest episode of The Magicians was freaking great. It was episode 4, and right now they're in the middle of like their journey to find all the keys to bring back magic. And so on this episode, they were trying to like find this one where they had to go back in time and solve this puzzle to ultimately get it. Well, it's this giant mosaic that it requires them to do like several different patterns. They end up like staying there forever, growing old, and then one of them actually dies. And then they find a piece while he was burying the guy. They find the extra piece, put it in there, and he finally gets the key. And then one person, like he sends a letter to like a person back in like that's in the future to like come and find them with the key. And then they end up like the whole thing doesn't matter. But usually when they do those episodes where like something crazy happens and someone dies and then they go back and they fix everything and none of it matters anymore, they don't remember anything, right? In this one, they touch the key or they touch like a peach and they suddenly they remember everything that they went through, and it was like this weird impactful moment, and it was like really just a beautiful episode. So I absolutely adored that one. So that was The Magicians. The Grand Tour on Amazon Prime is freaking amazing.
You love
I love that show.
I still have not watched it.
Here's something interesting that I didn't know about. So they review a lot of cars, but one thing that they never review are Teslas. And they trying to talk. They revealed why, and it's because Tesla actually sued them one time for a bad review. He was like, it was a firm but fair review, but we got sued, and then they lost. And then Tesla tried to redo it again, and they still lost. And so finally they were like, okay, you know what? Tesla's becoming a big deal. Let's actually do it now. So he went over and he reviewed a Tesla, and those things are sick. Like, the door opens up for you. Mm-hmm. You can summon it with like a little like remote control. You can like turn it on like to ludicrous mode where it goes freaking insanely fast. And then it also has autopilot. But the problem was it's $157,000. And I'm like, screw that. I'm never buying a Tesla. So, yeah.
So when it's in ludicrous mode,
Luda!
does it play "Move, bitch? Get out the way!
Yes.
Get out the way, bitch! Get out the way!"
Car turns, has Luda's
turns
face
plaid.
on it. That's right, it turns plaid. Yeah, but also they tried to make a boat out of a jet engine. Like they put a jet engine on the back of a car and tried to put it in the water, and it did not work. It was hilarious.
I would not expect it to.
They were like, guys, this is gonna break the record for like the most amphibious car ever. And then like they start going, it's going 3 miles an hour. They're like, well, I don't understand what the hell's going on.
You need fins.
It's a stupid show. I love that show.
Fins or something.
It's so dumb. It's the funniest show.
All right, so the TV show that I watched was not on TV. It was in a theater.
Yes.
And it wasn't like a TV show. It was a movie.
It's bad.
And that was 1517 to Paris.
It's so bad.
If you want to see this just because of Clint Eastwood, and you're like, yeah, the troops, and I love them, they'll wait for it to hit Redbox or streaming service, something or whatever, don't pay money to go see this. Unless it's like a matinee, and it's like under $4 or $5
theater. Dollar theater.
Because if you rent it online, it's probably going to be about $5.
This thing was rubbish, man.
I mean, okay, like you said, we can't really speak on the acting because they used the people that were in the incident, and they're not actors. So
you can speak on the acting because that's bad acting. That's a bad idea.
Yeah,
we're going to hire non-actors to be actors. You can talk about how bad the acting is.
It's bad actors, so you expect that it's not going to be top right. It's not going to be a regular actor doing this role.
Throw that in with Clint Eastwood. That's just going to go, yeah, that take was fine.
I think Clint Eastwood, actually, like, throughout the movie, I'm watching it, I'm like, I think Clint Eastwood got tired of directing them.
Well, no, I mean, because he does this. Like, he got the cast of the Broadway musical to do Jersey Boys instead of going and get actual film actors.
But, I mean, they still have acting experience.
Yeah, but did you see Jersey Boys?
I did not.
It feels like it's like they're on a stage.
Oh,
like,
okay.
yeah.
Because but what are you doing, Robbie?
Exactly.
Yeah,
stage acting is so much different.
It's very different.
So it makes something, and it shows through.
Yeah.
So something like that. And again, and the same thing with, American. I love American Sniper. The damn baby.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Because the baby actor they were supposed to have couldn't show up to set or something. Like he had a nap time. Just things didn't connect right. So Clint Eastwood was just like, let's just go to Walmart and get a doll. And you're just like,
that's not a baby.
I really like you, Clint Eastwood. I really like you, but dog, damn, what are you doing, man? What are you doing?
And then he comes out with movies like Gran Torino, where you're like, wow, that was actually a pretty good movie.
Again,
it was good.
Not actors. One of the main stars was not an actual actor. That was the first thing he had ever done. Because it's something that Clint Eastwood wanted to do. So again, it worked out that time.
But was he trying to be an actor? Or?
I don't think so. Okay. I'm not exactly sure, but I remember some kind of story along the lines of there's someone in that movie that's one of the main characters that wasn't an actor.
See, but I think the difference though is that with all those movies, there are people that are working opposite fully fledged, really good actors. Like you had with Gran Torino, you were working with Clint Eastwood. With with American Sniper, you had Bradley Cooper. There are these really good actors that are in these movies. In this one, really there weren't. They did have Judy Greer, and I love Judy Greer, but even she was phoning that one in. It was a bad movie. And then there were several times where they threw in God for no reason, and I was like, look, I'm a God-fearing Christian, but even I thought that was out of place.
There are a lot of editing issues.
Very much.
There are stuff when the characters are on screen and they're going to talk. It's like there's a pause between what they're saying. There's even a couple of milliseconds or whatever. You can cut that out so it flows evenly. The pacing is just flows through. But this one was just, and there are scenes that should not even be in there. I mean, just completely remove them.
There were scenes where we were watching these people actually order food. And I'm like, why? I don't care what you're eating. They're like, I'll take a Coke. I'll take a red wine. I too will take a red wine. And you're just like, why? Why did we waste this time?
They could have just had the girl come up, you guys want anything? And then, oh yeah, I'll have this, and cut to something else completely. Don't go through every single person.
Oh, it was awful.
there's a scene where they left this Afghani village or whatever it is.
Oh
and
my God.
They drive away, and one of the guys said, "Oh, I left my pack back at the village." So they go back to the village and they get the guy's pack back. They want the guy who had it wanted a knife, so they gave him a knife. They took the pack. He took the pack. He's like, "Yeah, well, my hat's missing," and then they leave.
That was literally it.
That's it.
It served no purpose.
I was expecting some kind of ambush or
I thought
attack
something was
or
getting
something.
blown up.
They hit an IED. Nothing. They said they were in a village. They drove away. Oh, I left some shit back there. They turned around, went back, picked it up, left. Cut to the next scene.
That's it.
Why the fuck is this in here?
Well, let's pad the run time. Let's go back to the village.
You want to talk about pad and run time?
Oh my God.
I'm not going to say who said this, but there are scenes with women in there.
Oh, I'll say it.
Oh, you can?
I'll say it. I don't care.
Yeah. There are scenes with women that Matt told me all these scenes with these extra women that they meet on their trip could be cut.
Well, and
because it added nothing.
Here's the deal. Like, all the women that were featured in this film, outside of Judy Greer except for the two moms, had no part in this film. Like,
yeah, feminism's really big right now. Let's put some girls in the movie.
Like, it really did. They had no purpose. And, like, I kept thinking, like, oh, okay, they're going to get together or something. She's going to do something. She's going to be on the train when they go to Paris. No. Like, it's like, okay, they meet a girl in Rome, and they legitimately try to look up her skirt. Then they go to Venice, and they meet a girl who's like, I'm from L.A., and they're like, oh, cool, we're from Sacramento. You want to join us? Sure. Then they meet some people in Amsterdam. This one guy meets a girl in his pen pal in Germany, and she has nothing to offer except for the fact that she's like, oh, so your grandfather was here? And that was literally it. There was a Jamba Juice girl who made nothing.
It was the tour guide who was basically stupid American. That's not how Ava Hitler died. He died here. And that was pretty much the whole thing.
That was it. And you're like, okay.
I mean, he didn't say stupid American, but it's implied.
He said, you Americans cannot, like, take credit for saving the world every single time. But, like, it's just so bad. Like, everything that they do. And I was like, I whispered to him in the theater, I was like, this is a less fun Euro trip. Because, like, we're following them backpacking across Europe, and you're just like, okay, can we get to the part where they're on the train, please? And what's weird is that Clint Eastwood interlaces, like, the train scenes within the film. Mm-hmm. So you're like, oh, cool, here we go. And then it's over. And you're just like, son of a bitch. Like, I don't care about whatever this guy is going through right now. I want to get to the train. And so it's just one giant teaser the entire time. I will say the coolest part, though, was whenever, I think one of the cool parts was whenever they were going through basic training. I thought that was cool to look at. But, man, the Air Force.
Because Air Force basic training is simple. Oh, my God. He overslept and had to do 10 push-ups. If I overslept in the Marines and missed some lineup formation or something like that, I'd be fucked. For at least a month. Damn. I'm talking, okay, you're just going to sleep on base because you're not going home to your wife. You're not going to see her for a month. I'm going to need you to clean everything every day. And when you're done, maybe you can leave. But you won't. And that's about it. They would give you a broom and say, go sweep the freaking flight deck.
Yeah.
And, okay, as far as going back to the movie, as far as all that stuff, I mean, okay, yeah, they could have taken on some stuff with the women. They could have shortened it because all those scenes, they just stretched them out.
Yes.
And what else? It's just bad. Don't pay money to see it.
Also, the main character is just vanilla. Like, there's no other flavor in him. He's just vanilla.
But he tries. I mean, there is a good quality as far as the end of the movie with him, with what goes on. But when you get to that point, it's just like, oh, thank God it's over.
The coolest part is when they're on the train. I will say that. Like, when they're actually taking down the terrorists, it's really cool because Clint Eastwood puts no music underneath it. And so it's kind of like this visceral moment where you're seeing everything go down. And it was really awesome to watch. but then it ends. And then you're just like, okay, so now we're going to watch this press conference of them, talking to the French Prime Minister. And that's how the movie ends. And you're like, great. That was...
And did they use the actual footage?
Yeah, they did. They used the
Okay.
actual footage.
Yeah, used the actual footage.
Yeah.
So, yeah, 1570 to Paris. Skip it.
Yeah.
You can do without it.
Thanks, channel surfing.
Yeah. What's wrong, BC?
I'm just waiting for y'all to go to whatever we're doing next. I don't know where we're going. I'm kind of lost here, guys.
That's it.
Me too, man. I don't know
That's
what
it.
we're doing.
That's all we're doing. That's why it's the worst thing ever. And that's why it's the last time we're doing it.
We could have not done it today.
So is that going to be a thing where we're always like, this is the last one, but we did it anyway?
No,
like,
this is actually the last one. Episode 2.
I don't know if I believe you.
Neither do I. I don't understand. The only thing that I understand is you can find me all over the internet at RealChackSBC, RealJCKASSBC. It is what it is every Thursday on Cinelinks. Defending belts at places. And on Jersey, April 5th, Jersey Shore is back.
Jersey. Oh, you actually meant to say Jersey.
Yeah.
Wow. No, that's cool. No, that makes sense.
Thursday.
He said
Thursday.
Jersey like Thursday. It's Jersey.
It's Thursday. April Shore.
okay,
Jersey Shore is back on April 5th.
Yeah.
Family reunion.
Wow.
We got a situation. Cab's here.
So, I don't know if I want to say something. Or if you're
Yeah, buddy.
So,
T-shirt time.
speaking of t-shirts, you
Cab's here.
should talk about your Black Panther t-shirt.
What? Black Panther shirt. I ordered 2 of them so I can wear one to the premiere on Tuesday. And T-Public's like, it'll be there on that Tuesday. So I'm like, okay, maybe it'll come in the morning so I can see it. And then it started tracking, and I tracked it. No, it's not going to be here until Wednesday. Stupid.
This is the Festivus show. That's what this show is. We air grievances. This is the Festivus show.
It's not even about what we watch
Oh
anymore.
my
This is
god. This was the worst thing you've ever decided to do, Rob. Jordan, if you're watching this was not my idea.
Not at all.
Not
Do
my
not blame
idea.
him for this. This is not his idea.
Oh my
This
God.
is just the way that I'm going to end a bad thing.
And he didn't even pre-plan it with us.
Nope.
What
Not at
you're
all.
seeing is legitimately us learning this as we're going through it.
For
Maybe
episode 2.
maybe I'm the only person that cares about the audience, so I'm not going to lie to you guys. This was all Matt's doing.
This is not my doing.
I don't know why he's lying to
I
you
didn't
like this.
do
That's kind of
anything.
messed up. He's like, yo, let's screw over the audience and do this stupid thing.
No.
And Rob's going along with it because he feels like he's forced to.
No.
But it's actually just Matt,
Not
man.
true at all.
So, Jordan, this
because
is
my
all
contract
Matt.
changed this week. You know, people got removed from shows and shit.
Oh! Bum, bum, ba-dum. Are we calling this show The Outcast? I don't know. My baby don't mess around because you love the song.
See you later.
Yes, I know for sure.